Good evening, members of the Board of Education, district administrators, teachers, parents, and community stakeholders. Thank you for the opportunity to present my proposal to revise the district's student cell phone and electronic device policy. As technology continues to evolve, school must ensure that our policies support both learning and student well-being. Tonight, I will discuss why revisions are necessary, explain the legal basis for the proposed changes, review the financial and personnel impact, and present an implementation plan that promotes consistency across the district. All right. I want to give you my policy: improve learning and engagement, reduce disruptions, support mental health with this policy, and clarify expectations. So, the current policy allows students to possess cell phones during the school day while teachers establish their own classroom expectations. Although their flexibility was intended to meet, or this flexibility was intended to meet individual classroom needs, it has resulted in inconsistent enforcement across school. Students often experience different expectations from one classroom to another, which creates confusion and increases disciplinary issues. Teachers also spend valuable instructional time redirecting students who are distracted by their cell phones. Social media conflicts and cyberbullying frequently continues during the school day, negatively affecting the learning environment. Current policy. All right. So why is the change needed? Research continues to demonstrate that excessive cell phone use negatively affects student achievement and overall school climate. Students who frequently use their cell phones during class experience decreased attention, lower academic performance, and fewer opportunities to actively participate in learning. Teachers report spending considerable instructional considerable instructional time managing off-task behaviors related to cell phones. In addition, increased social media use contributes to anxiety, depression, cyberbullying, and interpersonal conflict that often carry into the classroom. Our goal is to maximize instructional time while promoting positive student interactions. So, the legal considerations. As an educator, we must ensure that any policy revisions are both educationally sound and legally appropriate. Students retain constitutional rights while attending public schools. However, courts have consistently recognized that schools may establish reasonable restrictions when those restrictions support education and maintain an orderly learning environment. The Supreme Court decision in the Tinker versus Des Moines allows students to regulate behavior that substantially disrupts learning. New York, New Jersey versus TLO reinforces a school's authority to maintain discipline through reasonable policies. Additionally, the 14th Amendment requires schools to apply disciplinary procedures fairly and consistently. Our proposed policy reflects these legal principles. The proposed policy provides a balanced approach. Students may continue bringing their cell phones. Students may continue bringing their cell phones, but devices must remain powered off and stored during instructional time unless specifically authorized by the teacher for educational purposes. Emergency communication between families and students will continue through the school office. Most importantly, violations will follow a standardized district wide response system so that expectations remain consistent regardless of the classroom or grade level. Specific changes that you can expect. This slide highlights the major differences between our current and proposed policy. Instead of relying on individual teachers' discretion, all classrooms will follow one consistent district policy. Instead of having various consequences, every student will receive the same disciplinary responses to or for familiar violations. Finally, the revised policy provides clear expectations for students, teachers, administrators, families, which will reduce confusion and improve accountability throughout the district. So, the benefits for the students. The primary purpose of this proposal is to improve student outcomes. Students will benefit from increased classroom engagement, improved concentration, fewer distractions, and greater opportunities for face to face communication with peers. Reducing access to phones during instruction also decrease opportunities for cyberbullying and social media conflicts throughout the school day. Ultimately, these changes contribute to a healthier and more productive school climate. So, what will the impact be on the teachers? Teachers will gain additional instructional time because they will spend less time addressing off task behaviors with the phones. Consistent expectations also reduce disagreements between students and teachers because everyone follows the same procedures. Improved classroom management allows teachers to focus on high quality instruction and students learning rather than classroom discipline. The impact on the families. Families also benefit from a consistent district-wide policy. Parents will clearly understand how electronic devices may be used during the school day and how communication will occur during emergencies. Using the school office as a primary communication channel during the school day allows important messages ensures that important messages are delivered quickly while minimizing classroom interruptions. Clear expectations strengthen partnerships between schools and families. The financial impact of implementing this policy is relatively modest. Estimated first year costs range from approximately $8,000 to $18,000. These costs include secure phone storage systems, staff training, parent communication materials, and updates to district policy manuals. Because these are primarily one time implementation costs, there are no anticipated recurring technology subscriptions expenses associated with this policy. The personnel impact. One advantage of this proposal is that implementation can occur without hiring additional staff. As existing administrators will oversee implementation, teachers will receive training during scheduled professional development sessions. School counselors will assist students as they adjust to the new expectations and reinforce positive digital citizenship. Now for the implementation. Implement Implementation will occur in three phases. During month one, the board will review and approve the policy. During month two, communication efforts will include parent meetings, student assemblies, staff training, website updates, and handbook revisions. Beginning the following semester, the revised policy will be implemented district wide with consistent enforcement across all schools. That leads us to professional development. Successful implementation depends upon preparing our staff. Professional development will focus on understanding policy expectations, applying consistent disciplinary procedures, managing classroom technology appropriately, resolving student conflicts, and communicating effectively with families. Training ensures that every staff member understands both the purpose of the policy and their role in implementing it successfully. Now, for monitoring, evaluating, and our recommendations. Following implementation, we will evaluate the effectiveness of the policy using several measurable indicators. These include reduction in discipline referrals related to cell phone usage, student engagement surveys, teacher feedback, academic achievement data, and school climate surveys. An annual review will allow district leadership to make adjustments based on collection of data and stakeholders' feedback. What is recommended? Based on our current research, legal guidance, and the anticipated benefits for students and staff, I respectfully recommend that the board adopt the proposed revision to student cell phone and electronic device policy. This policy supports student achievement, protects instructional time, improves school climate, promotes consistency, and establish clear expectations for everyone in our school community. Thank you for your time, attention, and thoughtful consideration for this policy. I appreciate the opportunity to present the recommendation to the board. I welcome all any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have regarding the proposed policy. Thank you and good night.